y'all, man? It's Mr. Zach, and I'm back with another reaction. Do me a favor, y'all comment, like, share, and subscribe. But today, man, we're going to do a part two of real American citizens, in particular Mexican Americans, reacting off the anti-ICE protest that's going on all across the country. And also, if you missed the first video I dropped, I recommend you guys go and watch that, man. All right. It's still kind of going crazy out there, and yeah, it's I got a question, like, why are you waving a flag of a foreign country in a country that you want to stay in, but don't want to go back to that country flag that you're representing? Man, y'all comment, man. Let me know y'all real reactions in the comment section. All right, so let's get to the content.
You want to know why Mexicans are such in shock right now? Because they never thought that they would get treated like that. Now they getting treated like how Black Americans been getting treated for years. How other POC be getting treated. They thought that they were different. Now they're criminals.
Now, there's a common misconception and a straight up lie that's pushed out there that illegal aliens are the hardest workers of them all. That's a damn lie. I've been in the oil field for 15 plus years, and I've been doing this day in and day out here in West Texas. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're disrespecting a whole bunch of American citizens, hardworking people such as myself that have been doing this for many years to raise families and to do it the correct way. There's men that I know that have been doing this for 30, 40, even 50 years, and they are hardworking, tax-paying American citizens. So quit with that nonsense and them lies that illegal aliens outwork people like me. That's a damn lie. Come to West Texas and find out for yourself. But again, those people in California don't represent someone like me. We are the hardest workers in this country. Men like myself that pay taxes, work our asses off for our families, and we do it for many years, like I said earlier. Again, quit with the lies. Support America. America first. If you love Mexico so much, go live over there.
Somebody asked, what side are you on? What do you mean, what side am I on? I'm on the brown side, homie. Brown side, brown pride, homie. You know what it is. I'm from Southern California, though, homie. Not from Mexico. Southern California, United States of America. Cheese up.
All right, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I got something to say. From one United States Marine to whoever the is watching this video, if you ever try to burn the American flag, stomp on the American flag, or disrespect my flag in any way, shape, or form, you getting your ass beat. You heard it here first.
To all of our Mexican and Hispanic families that are rioting in Los Angeles, thank you. Thank you for confirming every stereotype, every stigma, every rumor about Mexicans. In just 4 days, you were successful in turning the entire American population against us. Thank you for making all of us unsafe now. Thank you for putting an even bigger target on Mexicans and Hispanics across the board. Thank you for advocating for peace with the flag from a country that you won't live in, burning the flag of the country you want to live in. Thank you for the destruction of property that taxpayers pay for. Thank you for doing everything in the illegal criminal book that will get you locked up. No, and I truly mean it. Thank you, because everything is so much better now. Thank you, because I've never felt so safe in my life. I've never felt so good about being a Mexican or a Hispanic. I have never felt better about speaking in Spanish in public. I have never felt prouder than where my parents came from and what they instilled in us. When people are looking at all of these images of you guys assaulting officers and throwing bricks at cars and looting and burning up the American flags, like, that is exactly what we've wanted. You are the exact people that do not belong in this country. You may be from Mexico, but if you live in this nation, your sovereignty, your support, your allegiance is to this country. How dare you wave a flag that has done nothing for you? How dare you raise a flag of a place you are not willing to live in? How dare you burn the flag of a people that you want to accept you? How dare you assault the officers that their entire employment is to protect you? How dare you put every Mexican, every Salvadorian, every Ecuadorian, every Colombian, every Cuban, everyone across the board in harm's way because of your stupid actions? Maybe behind bars or on the other side of a fence is where you actually need to be. Because all this nonsense that you're doing in this free nation of America, try doing that in the place of the flag that you're waving. Try going to Jalisco and do the nonsense that you're doing here. See if the cartels don't take you to the alley. No, please, go to Colombia. Do the exact same thing and see how the Colombian government's going to treat you. Go to Ecuador, where people are running away because they don't feel safe there. Go there and do what you're doing here. See how they will willfully just accept you. We have become entitled children that act like children, talk like children, that do everything that resembles a lower class. And that is not what I stand for. That is not the Mexican heritage that I come from.
You guys been waiting for this answer? Well, here it is. My thoughts on the LA riots and what's happening in ICE. Is it f***ed up what's going on over there? Yeah, in all kinds of ways. Parents getting pulled out of their vehicles in front of their children and shit like that. And the chaos and the destruction that's happening. And I get it. But at the same time, let me ask you this. If I were to commit a crime and I got pulled over and I was yanked out in front of my kids, whose fault is that? It's my fucking fault. They came crossing the border. There was legal ways to do it. It's very black and white. We have a system in place. You did not follow the system. You're going to get deported. Now, you can see where I'm going with this. Now, people are committing felonies, touching federal officers, causing a fucking chaos. You just ruined your life. And for what? The cause? Propaganda? When is the last time a protest or riots like this has resulted in your favor? It never happens. We witnessed that with Ronnie King. We witnessed that with the Watch riot. Nothing's ever positive came out of these situations but negativity. So I find it disrespectful for my raza, my gente, my people, my ethnicity. Let me rephrase that. My ethnicity for acting the way they're acting. And the Americans that are born here, Americans with the Mexican descent that are born here, you should be ashamed of yourself. You're fighting for what? Matter of fact, you should be telling them how to come here legally, having the proper resources, and what are so gung-ho about that you have not done anything about. Where was this big old riot when Trump, he told you what he was going to do. He told you what he was going to do and you did nothing about it. Where was the riots then? Where was let's band together and start voting and getting together? He told you what was going to happen. What the fuck? That's just dumb to me.
Finally, the Home Depots are clean, so the American citizens could walk by the parking lot without any problem or without any panhandling at all. Thank you.
In your opinion, man, the raza burning down cars, throwing rocks and doing all that, rolling around with the Mexican flag and doing all this pedo, does that make us raza, us Mexicans, because I'm Mexican, does that make us Mexicans look good? I don't think so. It's giving all these güeros more of the right to start deporting. Why? Because motherfuckers can't act right. And like I said, man, I'm probably gonna get a lot of motherfuckers thrown at me because of this, but I'm just being real, man. I'm just being real, and it's for my gente. Don't make us look bad. Don't make us look like vigilants or some idiots burning down cars, burning down. This is the other one. You're burning down the American flag. You're burning down the American flag, a flag in a country that you are in, while rioting around with a Mexican flag that represents a country that you do not want to get back to. So, shit, you make no sense. You make no sense. You're burning the flag that you're a country that you're literally living in, and while sporting a flag of a country that you don't want to go back to. You make no sense, man. You make no sense. So with this video, man, raza, stop making the rest of the raza look. Yeah, protest, but do it right, man. Do it intelligently, man. Don't make us look bad. Don't carry the Mexican flag while you're burning down a car. Don't carry a Mexican flag while you're throwing rocks at a motherfucking hura. Do it the right way. Make the rest of us proud of you being out there protesting, not acting a fool, vandalizing. That is not protesting, man. That is Super Cortez' point of view, man. Like I said, you don't like what I just said, then block me. I don't give a fuck. But that is what I believe. Rato, you have a freedom day.
You ain't burning that flag. I don't care. I'm Mexican. My family's an immigrant. You're not burning that flag. You're not burning that flag. You're not burning that flag. You're not burning that flag.
You know what? To all you Mexicans in LA and all over the place, New York, San Francisco, that are burning down our cities in LA and burning down our cities in America, and especially you ones that are American citizens, let me ask you a question. All right. So I'm planning to move to Brazil, I don't know, probably next year sometime. Not because of politics or because I hate the country or anything like that. I just want to move to Brazil because I have the money and I want to go to Brazil. Okay. I have to get a visa to go there. I have to learn Portuguese because the country mainly relies on Portuguese. So I'm working on that now. And if I overstay my visa, I'm going to get deported. If I overstay my visa, I could possibly get arrested. Now, you're telling me, Mexicans, that the response for me in Brazil should be to burn down their cities, attack their police, and whatever, because I'm a good guy. I'm going over there. I'm going to learn Portuguese. I'm going to live by their rules. It's their world. It's not my world. But I mean, they don't have the right to kick me out, right? Because that's bad. I'm a good guy, and that's racist. That's racist that they would even think to enforce their laws on me because I'm a good guy. Like, do you see the problem and the logic there? And I know that if I was on TikTok or anything else and I got deported and I was crying on this app to you guys, I'd have a bunch of people being like, well, you were in Brazil. You knew what you were getting into. You knew the laws. Why didn't you follow the laws? You wouldn't have and if you did back me up, I would think something's wrong with you because you know what? It's their laws. It's their country. That's what they do. So why do you have a problem here in America, but you don't have a problem if it happens in another country? Do you guys burn their cities down? Is that what you're doing? Is that what Mexicans do? And black people with the Black Lives Matter? Or is it just an LA? I think it's just an LA thing, to be honest. LA is a lost city. LA is trash. But it's probably just LA, you know. But I do think you should compare the logic. And if you want to argue with me about stolen land, Google two things. I want you to Google the Treaty of Guadalupe and the Gadsden Purchase or something like that. Treaty of Guadalupe will link you to this other purchase. And the Mexican land was purchased and it was agreed upon and negotiated with whoever was in charge at the time.
The U.S. bought this land, but did it really belong to Mexico? What if the land the U.S. bought wasn't really Mexico's to sell? Most of us were taught the U.S. bought the Southwest Fair and Square. $15 million, a signed treaty. End of story, right? But what if that land had deeper roots, older claims, and wasn't Mexico's to give away in the first place? In 1848, after a war, the U.S. and Mexico signed the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. It was massive. Mexico handed over what's now California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and more. In total, over half of Mexico's territory changed hands. In return, the U.S. paid $15 million, plus took on Mexico's debts to American citizens. On paper, it looked like a clean deal, but the ink didn't tell the full story. Let's talk about who was actually on that land. Before Mexico, there were indigenous nations. Tribes like the Tohono, O'odham, and Kumeyaay had lived on that land for centuries. They weren't invited to the treaty table. Their borders weren't considered. And when Mexico took control in the 1820s, they barely occupied the Northern Territory. Sparse settlements, no strong government presence. So when the U.S. showed up and said, "We're buying it from Mexico," some would argue Mexico didn't really own it in the first place. Then there's the issue of the people already living there. About 80,000 Mexican residents suddenly found themselves on the U.S. side of the new border. The treaty promised to protect their land and rights. But what actually happened? Fraud, legal tricks, and, in many cases, outright land grabs. The U.S. Senate even removed Article 10, which would have honored Mexican land grants. Without it, thousands lost their homes and history overnight. Just a few years later, the U.S. bought even more land from Mexico. This time it was the Gadsden Purchase, 29,000 square miles in what's now southern Arizona and New Mexico. Why? To build a southern railroad and to clean up the borderline. But again, Mexico was broke, politically unstable, and had little say. To critics, it wasn't a sale, it was a shakedown. Now fast forward a century. In El Paso, the Rio Grande shifted, and the land between the old and new river became a battleground. Both sides claimed it. Neither would budge. It took until 1963, over 100 years later, for the U.S. and Mexico to finally settle it in the Chamizal Convention. The U.S. gave back 437 acres. Mexico dropped its claim to the rest, and they straightened the river, literally with concrete, so it wouldn't wander off again. So here's the big question. If Mexico's control over the land was shaky, if indigenous nations were ignored, if locals were stripped of rights, was the land ever Mexico's to sell in the first place? The documents say one thing, but the history, it's a lot messier. Borders don't just divide land, they divide stories. And whose version you believe depends on where you start the story.